time from the neighborhood, and this is CNN News 18's mega exclusive. Now what we are learning is that Pakistan Prime Minister openly declares Taliban a terrorist state. They said, and I quote, that you are responsible for increasing attacks in Pakistan. This is what we are learning, that caretaker Prime Minister of Pakistan Anwar ul Haq in a press conference openly told Taliban to choose between Pakistan and Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan as well. To bring us more details on that, we have CNN News 18's Abhishek Jha joining us on the phone line early this morning. Abhishek, a very good morning to you. Looking at the relations that Afghanistan and Pakistan share currently, Abhishek, how crucial is this development?
Well, it is surprising that now Pakistan is blaming Taliban for the many internal security issues that Pakistan has faced in the last 2 years at least, ever since Taliban has been in the power in neighbor Afghanistan. We have recently also seen Pakistan pushing many thousands of refugees who have been living for decades in Pakistan back to Afghanistan and blaming them for most of its local issues that includes security issues, socio-political and economic mess that Pakistan is currently in. And in that context, Taliban's chief spokesperson has released a statement which has said that it's good for Pakistan to focus on its own internal issue rather than blaming it on somebody else. We have seen Pakistan's Prime Minister, Anwar ul Haq Kakar, has recently said that 60% of Pakistan's internal security issues are emanating from Afghanistan. He was referring to the rule of Taliban in Afghanistan, which is allowing in a way to flourish so many terrorist organizations and which is also linked to so many terrorist organizations operating in the Pakistan-Afghanistan border region. And that is a statement which has not been taken lightly by the Afghanistan, and they have released a proper statement which is condemning, which is sort of rejecting Pakistan Prime Minister's claim and also asking him to focus on their own internal issues rather than blaming Afghanistan for their problems.
Right, Abhishek, we request you to please stay with us because with that we have another development coming in on the same story. This is also CNN News 18's mega exclusive, and we are learning about the blame game that is now happening between Taliban and in fact Pakistan government. Taliban official statement has come out after Pakistan Prime Minister's allegation. Taliban basically has dismissed the accusations made by Pakistani Prime Minister Anwar. Today itself, he claimed that militants operating from Afghanistan are involved in acts of terrorism in Pakistan. Now, Taliban spokesperson Mujahid Towait expressed that his government's aspiration for the same level of peace and stability in Pakistan as in Afghanistan. He emphasized that the responsibility for maintaining peace in Pakistan rests with the Pakistani government, not the Afghan government. Abhishek, coming back to you, clearly Taliban is saying that this is not our responsibility to control terrorism happening in your country. You are responsible for it. They also talked about the smuggling of the weapons. Could you just walk us through all those details coming in from their statement?
There has been a lot of allegation on the ruling dispensation in Afghanistan, that is Taliban, that during the seizure of power, they got a lot of ammunition from the leftover ammunition from the US military, and those ammunition, those weapons, those modern equipments, military hardware were being smuggled into Pakistan to various terrorist fronts who are now stepping up their attacks against Pakistan's military, their police and their government establishment. There is an allegation that Pakistan has been referring to Taliban in the past also, and to that, the latest statement by Taliban says that this is not the thing that is not happening. Taliban is not responsible for the smuggling of those arms and ammunition, and maintaining peace in Pakistan rests with the Pakistani government, not with the Afghan government. This is what the statement by the Taliban spokesperson has read.
Right, Abhishek, we request you to please stay with us because we have another piece of breaking news now coming in over this only. Now, this is coming in from top Afghan sources. They said, and I quote, that what Pakistan is saying is absolutely wrong. They are responsible for all the terror activities in their region. They want control over Durand Line and want negotiations. We have promised to the world that we will not allow our soil to be used by anyone, and we will still maintain that. Abhishek, now coming back to you, this is very crucial that Taliban and Afghan sources in fact are saying that we have promised to the world that our soil will not be used by anyone. Why is this so important considering the relations between Pakistan and Afghanistan? Because Pakistan, what we understand, is continuously blaming Afghanistan for all the terror activities happening in their country.
Recently, we have seen Sakshi, caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq, in a press conference, has openly dared Taliban for problems or terrorism issues in Pakistan, saying so much so that 60% of these issues are coming from Taliban. Now we know the close link between Taliban and Pakistan's agencies, ISI, and Pakistan's government also, which has used Taliban for decades as a proxy, as a front to deal with many government that was in very much democratically elected government sort of in Afghanistan, and they were responsible in a way to create Taliban to supply them with all the force, all the training, which eventually overthrew the erstwhile government of Afghanistan, and now Taliban is in there. Now, why there has been a falling out between the two sides, between Taliban and Pakistan, that is very amazing, because a lot of terrorist organization which has their roots in Taliban, that includes Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, which is an offshoot of Taliban, and they claim that they are the same Taliban ideology, but their target and their work area is in Pakistan, and they want to impose the same radical set of rules that is being imposed by Taliban in Afghanistan. And probably that is one of the reasons they have stepped up their attack against Pakistan's military and police. So that is their target, that is their ideology, and for some strange reason, they have fallen out from the Pakistan's military and Pakistan's government, and now they are acting against the same handlers who used to feed them, who used to support them, who used to allow them to operate from their own soil. So this is Pakistan now, which is feeling the brunt of its own doing for decades that it has tried to do in the entire region, including cross-border terrorism in Afghanistan, terrorism in Iran, and now the same terrorism is biting its back.
Right, Abhishek, but I also want to understand from you, looking at this strained relationship between Pakistan and Afghanistan and this continuous blame game happening between both the nation, people being deployed, refugees being sent back, arms and ammunitions being used. What does the future look like for both the countries?
Well, it doesn't look like that Afghanistan is going to have a new regime or democratic setup in the coming days. Also, Pakistan is looking ahead with an election that is going to happen in a few months from now, and that would hopefully raise the turmoil, the social, political and economic turmoil that Pakistan is facing, and it will take some time for the new government to take control of all the situation. And meanwhile, the gaps that is there, the gaps of administration, the gap of policy making is something that is being, used by these terrorist organizations, which have in fact, increased their attack in Pakistan's military and police. So probably once the caretaker government is transformed to a full-time, full-fledged government, and hopefully if it comes with a majority that will have a mandate to take major and radical decisions, that will be something that Pakistan can hope will set things right, and the political and economic and the internal security issues, three major issues that Pakistan has been dealing for the last 1.5 or 2 years at least, will be set right. So probably a few more months are going to be challenging for Pakistan in the absence of a full-fledged government that Pakistan is currently doesn't have.
Right, Abhishek. Please stay with us because we have another piece of breaking news coming in, this time